this story was mental. Like, I'm talking about, like, so many of these last stories are just like, he's just like chucking in all the crazy that hadn't made it in yet. He says that 5 months later, it's Christmas. They took Archie to find a Christmas tree. There was a pop-up lot in Santa Barbara, and they bought one of the biggest spruces they had. Again, people with financial difficulties don't go out and spend on a huge Christmas tree. Christmas trees are ridiculously expensive, may I say. And they're over there buying this lavish Christmas tree. If you guys can't afford security and you're over there wringing your hands and calling on all your rich friends to, you know, let's pass the basket around to our rich friends and see who has a donation. You can't afford to go and buy the biggest spruce there is. Anyway, he says it was a magnificent tree. And I guess they felt that they had the right to buy it because several corporate partnerships had opened up, and it had given them a chance to resume their work and to spotlight their causes and to tell the stories that they felt were vital. And let's not forget to pay for security. What stories were they? What stories did you think were vital? Meg's podcast? Whatever happened to that podcast? Is it still up? I don't know. I haven't heard much about it. But who was listening to that? I have not heard one person who listened to that and genuinely was like, man, this is amazing. This is good stuff. This is truth on truth on truth. Never have I heard it. I just, people like cringe listening to it. Okay, so anyway, then it's Christmas Eve. He says they FaceTimed several friends, including a few in Britain. Apparently not his family, though. They didn't bother to call them on Christmas. They watched Archie run around the tree. Everything about their life sounds really like lame or something. It's just them and their kid. They're always FaceTiming people, but there doesn't seem to be real people in their lives. It's them just kind of like, you know, sitting back with their phones, a cup of coffee, Archie's on the floor. It seems like they went from like a vital, bustling, busy, fulfilling life to just them in a huge house without anybody. I would not choose that life. Okay, so he says, and this is a story that's weird. Okay, I'm gonna read this to you in its entirety. He says, "We open presents, keeping to the Windsor family tradition." Oh, I think it's because it was on Christmas Eve. For a second, I thought he was saying, okay, all right, it's Christmas Eve. They're opening presents. One little present was a little ornament of the Queen. I roared, "What the?" Meg had spotted it at a local store and thought I might like it. I held it to the light. It was Granny's face to a T. I hung it on an eye-level branch. It made me happy to see her there. Made Meg and me smile. But then Archie, playing round the tree, jostled the stand, shook the tree, and Granny fell. I heard a smash and I turned. Pieces lay all over the floor. Archie ran and grabbed a spray bottle, and for some reason he thought spraying water on the broken pieces would fix it. Oh, funny little boy. And Meg said, "No, Archie, no. Do not spray, Gran." I grabbed a dustpan and I swept up the pieces, and all the while I was thinking, this is weird. Yeah, that is the weirdest story. That is such a... What is that story? What is that? Like, a Christmas ornament, it looked like Gran, so great. Like, he acts like he's never seen his grandmother's face on things. There is so much on the market with Queen Elizabeth's face on it. Why is he acting like this? Like she must have had to have this specially made. I mean, okay, that's not obviously the weirdest part of it. Then them hanging the ornament up, and then it smashing on the floor, and then Archie trying to get a spray bottle and spraying it to fix it, and then Meg saying, "No, Archie, no, do not spray Gran." Like, that is so Megan. Like, what a lame joke. Obviously, that's not the grandmother lying broken on the floor. Why can I wish that I could articulate the way I want to about this story. It's odd. It's kind of twisted. It's just kind of a sick little story. And I don't know why I feel that way. I just feel like it's disrespectful. I feel like it's so typical of Meg to reduce somebody to like a Christmas tree ornament, and then when it gets broken, laugh, "Don't spray Gran." Like, why is she so disrespectful? All right, and now we come to tales of witchcraft and wizardry, legitimately. So now he's gone to go and see a psychic. It's not going to get better, Harry, if you want to go play with the dark side. I can tell you that much right now. So me just read this story to you. He says, I wasn't sure what to call her or what exactly she did. All I knew, she claimed to have powers. I recognized the high percentage of chance of humbuggery, but the woman came with strong recommendations from trusted friends. So I asked myself, what's the harm? It's the most dangerous question you could ask yourself. I mean, because it really reveals your subconscious knowledge that there is a problem, or else you wouldn't be trying to talk yourself out of it. If you're going to say, what's the harm? It means that you know that there is one, that there is potential problem here. Okay, so anyway, he says the minute they sat down together, he felt an energy around her. I'm sure he did. Oh, I thought, wow, there's something here. Okay, but let me just preface all of this by saying, you guys are going to be so disappointed by what she ends up saying. It's not impressive at all. And the fact that he was hoodwinked and taken under by this non-impressive spell, I cannot even. She felt an energy around me too, and she said, your mother's with you. I know, I felt that of late. And she said, no, she's with you right now. I felt my neck grow warm, my eyes watered. Your mother knows you're looking for clarity. Your mother feels your confusion. She knows that you have so many questions. I do. The answers will come in time. One day in the future, you gotta have patience. Patience. The word caught my throat. In the meantime, the woman said my mother was very proud of me and fully supportive, and she knew it wasn't easy. Your mother says you're living the life she couldn't. You're living the life she wanted for you. I swallowed. I wanted to believe. I wanted every word this woman was saying to be true, but I needed proof, a sign, something. Your mother says, an ornament. Ornament. She was there. Your mother says there's something about an ornament, and she was there, and she says there's something about it. You know anything about this? Your mother says something about a Christmas ornament of a mother or a grandmother or something. It fell, it broke. You know anything about this? And Archie, he trying to fix it or something. You know something about this? Your mother, she had a good laugh about it. And that's the end of that story. Him and this crazy psycho who is just telling him a bunch of stuff he wants to hear. I mean, okay, admittedly, the stuff about the ornament would have been kind of like a weird sign, but then again, it's like right after Christmas. And how do we even know that what she said specifically, I mean, she could have said something about a Christmas ornament. Like, that is such a vague thing to say. You know, because Christmas ornaments always carry sentimentality. So that could have been interpreted as any number of things. And then she doesn't say right off it was a grandmother. She says of a mother. And then when she saw that wasn't working, she says a grandmother. I mean, he is like the last person in the whole world who should go and see a psychic. He's so impressionable as it is. He could not withstand the influence of the darker world.